In recent times, Marty DeGarmo from the Onpassive scam has been making illegal income claims. Despite the bold promises of substantial financial returns, the Federal Trade Commission, FTC, and other regulatory bodies have strict guidelines against such declarations because they often mislead potential investors. The practices of multi-level marketing, MLM companies, like Onpassive, prey particularly on vulnerable communities, promising unrealistic financial gains with minimal effort. Marty DeGarmo has been using Onpassive to do just that. The Security and Exchange Commission, SEC, in the USA have deemed Onpassive a fraudulent pyramid scheme and are suing Ash Mufareh, Onpassive LLC, and Ash's wife for $108 million for unregistered securities, and they are accused of misappropriation of funds. However, every day, Marty DeGarmo goes live on his channel and commences to make several illegal income claims. In fact, he has made over 50 videos of illegal income claims in the last couple of months, many of them breaking down the alleged future earnings those in developing countries could be earning in this scam. Most recently, on January 25th of 2025, Marty took to his channel and told everyone not to send money back home to their families in these developing countries. No, no, no. Instead, buy them an O-founder position and pay for their targeted traffic. Although he admits that's dependent on if it's possible to even buy traffic in the future. So let's discuss Marty's bold request of O-founders and why MLMs do not help the development of these countries.
Karma's a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Multi-level marketing, MLM businesses often rely on participants investing significant amounts of money and time to sell products and recruit others into the network, frequently exploiting social and economic vulnerabilities. As I stated in my intro, Marty recently said something on his channel that made me want to, well... I'm just going to play the clip and then we will discuss why Marty's saying this to his fellow O-founders. The people he claims are his family is irresponsible and unethical.
Chatting with people last night, many weeks now. We all have friends and family. Obviously, a lot of them did not want to join us in this business, and that's okay. I believe everyone that told you no, they're coming. Why wouldn't they? They just want to see. They want to see it happen. So that's how a lot of people are. It's okay. I'm glad. I'm not one of those people because I've been part of the journey and it's something to look back on. And I met a lot of friends and family. But I want to tell you, like, if you're from some of these countries that we're going through now in Africa, there's like 54, 55 countries in Africa. I mean, they're all over. It's just hundreds and hundreds and I think about 200 countries in the world. Crazy. And a lot of them are not, to put it mildly, are not doing well. The people are not, they're way below poverty. I mean, it's disgusting. But I want you to start thinking ahead instead of thinking about what if and when and all that. Think about stuff that you could be part of. You know, if you're sending money back home, wherever home might be, picture when we're launching the world. Now you can get with the people in the country and start forming a plan, because you don't want to send. I know a lot of you send money, you know, and they survive every month. What you want to send is hope. You want to send them away in the business so that they can grow their own income and become successful because of the pride, right? You gotta. I heard from Marcienne that there's a lot of young people from where she's from. There's a lot of young. They got educated. They have nothing. There's nowhere to go with it. Where are you going to go? Imagine getting a bunch of young people in this company, which I think is going to happen. They're way advanced of a lot of us older ones with technology. Imagine, instead of sending the next amount of dollars, say, look, instead of me sending you $200, I'm going to get you started in this business. But you have a criteria. You tell them how important this is. You're not just throwing this away. And then you help them. See, for me, if I had relatives in, I don't know, one of the countries, it doesn't matter, and I send over there 200 a month, I would much rather send them in a business, our business, and instead of giving them, buy traffic for them, send traffic, pay for the traffic to their site. Now, if that's possible, I don't know yet, but imagine that. Because then you get to the point where you can move to the next one because they're self-sufficient. And tell them, look, I did this for you. You do it for somebody else. And keep doing that over and over. And that's the ripple effect. Help someone so they can help someone else, so they can help someone else. Pretty powerful. And look, like I've said, looking at these numbers and impact in the world, this is a trickle up economic deal. I mean, I'm doing some countries, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do they survive? And if they get the same, I get 10 sales at $250, 10 commissions at 25% of 100. That's $250. $250, most places in the world, it's life changing.
Onpassive is a multi-level marketing company that has been in pre-launch since 2018, run by a man named Ash Mufareh, who has a long history of running cons, a 20-year history. They are being sued by the SEC, as I stated, and the company is about to shut down since it has run out of money and faced several other issues, all of which I have covered on my channel in depth. Not only is this a multi-level marketing company, although they claim otherwise, but it is an unsuccessful multi-level marketing company. Ash is about to relaunch a new company that is called Onfusion, or Onfusion T if you ask O-founder, aka distributor, Gersminder Dillon. Marty DeGarmo is well aware of what is going on. He has proven to be knowledgeable on the behind the scenes of this company and even claims he and Ash are best friends, speak daily, and he always has first access to the inside scoop. Yet there he is, promoting families no longer help their homelands because they might be able to pay for traffic in future and that could help. I have talked on and on about why Onpassive won't be beneficial to these developing countries. I could continue, but I think today we'll take a different approach. I think we need to explain to Marty specifically why preying on these vulnerable communities lacks class and is an unethical business practice that ends up hurting these communities far more than helping. You see, in many developing countries, the financial stability and disposable income required for such investments are scarce or non-existent. Additionally, these MLM businesses can create false hope and financial strain, often leading individuals further into debt rather than providing genuine economic opportunities. Many of the O-founders in these countries have already bought in and some have taken out loans. So you could argue that many are already in the negative. It has already caused them some financial strain. All that's left in the company now is false hope. Local economies would likely benefit more from investments in sustainable development, education, and no, I don't mean academy, and these economies would benefit from microfinance initiatives designed to foster long-term growth and self-sufficiency, rather than relying on schemes that disproportionately benefit a few while burdening many. Marty says himself that less than 1% of people make money in MLMs. So he knows less than few benefit. This business has a multi-level marketing model and the funnel flows up. So if it looks like an MLM, sounds like an MLM, and pays like an MLM, it's not a duck. Let's talk about some of the ways these MLMs harm developing countries. Financial vulnerability. Many individuals in developing countries live on tight budgets, with little or no disposable income. MLM businesses often require an upfront investments for starter kits, inventory, or sign-up fees. For those struggling to meet basic needs, this represents a significant and risky financial commitment. If the promised returns don't materialize, participants can end up in worse financial situations than when they began, saddled with products they can't sell or debts they can't repay. Risk of exploitation. MLMs often capitalize on the dreams of financial freedom and entrepreneurship. In nations with high unemployment or underemployment, these promises can be particularly alluring. The pressure to recruit others and achieve sales targets can lead individuals to exploit their personal relationships, straining social networks and potentially degrading trust within communities. This exploitation can be particularly damaging in smaller, close-knit communities, where social capital is a vital resource. Unsustainable model. The MLM model inherently requires a continuous influx of new recruits to maintain profitability for those at higher levels of the pyramid. In regions with limited markets, this demand is often unsustainable. As more individuals join, the market quickly becomes saturated, making it increasingly difficult for participants to sell products or recruit new members, leading to higher failure rates and financial losses. Distracts from essential needs. In regions where fundamental infrastructure or services may be lacking, diverting financial and human capital into MLMs can be counterproductive. Efforts and investments might be better directed towards initiatives that build long-term economic stability, such as microfinance programs, educational opportunities, and local enterprise development. These alternatives not only provide more stable economic benefits, but also help build resilient communities capable of sustainable growth. In summary, while the allure of MLM opportunities can be strong, especially in economically vulnerable regions, the risks and potential harms often outweigh the benefits, making it an ethically and economically questionable strategy for marketing to these areas. In my opinion, if Marty DeGarmo cared about the founders in these developing countries, he would stop this madness. Marty is well aware of the lack of success of Onpassive. Due to all these reasons, I do think it is completely cruel of Marty to suggest people stop sending money back to their families and instead invest in Onpassive. Some invested in Onpassive 6 years ago, and they are still waiting for this to pay off. I think it is irresponsible for Onpassive to make these false hopes to these developing countries, or anyone else for that matter, and as I always say, if you can't help them, don't hurt them. Leave them the hell alone. But Marty will probably keep making illegal income claims, despite all this information being readily available to him, and I'll be here reporting them all to the FTC until my fingers, which are connected to my hands, fall off, or my pen is taken by Ash Mufara. In the meantime, tell me all your thoughts down below.
Queen of Karma.